Dan Roche, he is at Gillette Stadium this morning. Dan, let's get your reaction here first.
Well, I kind of, in listening to Levin and Steve and Mike Reese as well, I think Patriots fans should understand that this wasn't an easy decision for the Krafts, Robert and Jonathan Kraft. And it goes back to that Germany trip, as Steve mentioned. They had so many people there. It was almost like a Super Bowl for Robert, and things did not go well. That kind of stuck, and they said, okay, we're struggling offensively. We can't get anything done. And as the season went on, I think they realized that it was just time to say goodbye. They wanted to do this respectfully. So the season ended Sunday. Bill did his presser, and he put the ball in the Krafts' court by saying, I'm under contract 1 year at $25 million, so that's going nowhere. And then the Krafts had a meeting with Bill on Monday afternoon to discuss the situation. I think the cooler heads kind of thing prevailed. They took Tuesday off. Wednesday went back at it again, and they came to the conclusion that it was best to mutually part ways. I'm sure they worked things out as far as the money is concerned with Bill. $25 million is a lot, but I'm sure for all he's done for that franchise, for the way this franchise has grown here, I think it's certainly worth it. And I think they're going to have a mutual respect for each other at this press conference at noon, where Bill says, thank you very much for 24 years. Robert, I'm sure, will be quite emotional because that's the way that he is in saying goodbye to the greatest coach who ever lived. But I think it's time, and down here, re-energize the fan base, re-energize the franchise. Will it be Gerard Mayo? I think he's probably the front runner. Or Mike Vrabel, who was let go by Tennessee and was here to be inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame this season. Those two guys, keep an eye on them. But I think that's kind of the way things unfolded here, and it's a historic day that we've come to in now saying goodbye to Bill Belichick after seeing that years ago with Tom Brady.
And Roche, that's the question of what's going to happen with the Patriots head coaching position. What do we think is next for Bill Belichick? There are some open positions around the league. Does he jump right back in and go down to Atlanta or down to Jacksonville?
Yeah, I mean, he's made it clear several times, Liam, down the stretch here that he still wants to coach. And at 71 years old, he's refreshed. He'll be re-energized no matter where he ends up. He loves to coach. It's who he is. It's what he's all about. And, in being with this team every day, players will still rave that Bill will see things that they can't see, especially on defense. And this play is going to unfold this way. And they're like, what? And it does. So he teaches. You watch him in training camp. He's constantly teaching these players. So I think that's all part of it when it comes to Bill Belichick. So he's going to coach somewhere. Now, I think he's going to see what's out there. There'll be owners out there that will court him. And I think there'll be opportunities, and Bill Belichick will be coaching again. He wants to go after that Don Shula record and break that. But I also think he wants to coach when it comes to what he does. He was born to coach, and it's what he is. As far as what else is going on with this situation, let's listen to what Christian Fourier had to say about Bill Belichick and this whole situation unfolding.
The reality is, if you look at kind of like just the season and what he's done in the past, it's Kraft. I mean, this was bound to happen. And it's crazy that, and all great things do end. But I felt like it was just time for a change. Now, I don't know if change means a total scrapping of everything and everybody that is there. But I do think, a new voice, maybe a new philosophy, maybe a new just schedule. I mean, like football players they're so routine. Everything is routine. Now, whoever takes over, whether it be Mayo or Vrabel or someone to be named later, they will install all their own protocols, all their operating procedures. And that could be a little uncomfortable for some people, but it could also be real exciting, because you've been doing one thing one way forever, and now you're going to try and do it a different way.
And Kate and Liam, I think that there's going to be, as Christian alluded to, a refreshing, a re-energizing of this franchise. There'll be analytics people brought in. Bill, he had some analytics guys, but he was more old school. I think there'll be a whole new division here in Gillette Stadium of people working. There'll be a youth movement, I think, as well. And the coaching staff, I think it's all part of a re-energizing, maybe a brand new start for this Patriots franchise. And I think that's exciting for a lot of people. And for Bill Belichick, thank you for all he's done for 24 years, those 6 Super Bowls. It's been a heck of a ride. I think that's what fans and all of us will be saying as they say goodbye to the greatest coach who's ever done this.
All right, Danny Roche, live for us in Foxborough. Thank you, Dan. Well, in the